Hey, what's up, all my YouTube subscribers? To my old subscribers, welcome back. To my new subscribers, you are now watching Raphael on T. I'm sorry it's been a minute since I've made a update. Um, so here's like a quick life update. I recently started working for this job. It's a they make wood cabinets. Um, but I'm looking into a different job because that one doesn't pay enough for me to um, pay my bills. And I'm working 5 days a week, over 40 hours, but I only get paid for 45 of those hours. So, like, if you make, let's say you work over 58 hours, right? They have the HR manager balance out the checks. So if you made 50, if you work over, like I said, if you work over 58 hours, let's say you work 58 hours, well, you'll get paid for 45 of those hours. And then they split the rest of it in between paychecks. I've never heard a company that does this shit before, but apparently this one does. So I've decided that I'm only going to work the hours that I'm supposed to work. Because to me, it's, excuse my French, it's bullshit for me to work over 50 something hours and only be able to get paid for 45 of them because you want to split that money in between 2 or 3 paychecks. That's bullshit to me. I'm working to get paid for what I'm doing right now, not next week. So I recently filled out an application for a different place. I'll be making $3 more than what I make at this current company. And I know a lot of y'all would say, hey, you should be thankful that you have a job. I'm not saying that I'm not thankful. I am very, 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 very thankful that God allowed me to get this job. But when I'm struggling to pay my bills and to stay afloat, no, it's time for me to do something else. And I've done the whole bit of working 2, 3 jobs. And all I did was tire myself out. I was so tired that I couldn't even do anything like with my family as far as going out, hanging out. When we had family members come in town, I didn't get to hang out with them because I was always working. And it's been rough. It has. And I know it's rough for everyone. Sorry about that. That was our new dog, Aladdin. He definitely had to make his presence known. Ain't that right, Aladdin? Um, and I did talk to, since I've been having trouble getting my surgery date for bottom surgery. That's a headache by itself. So now, like, Dr. Chen is booked up for the whole year. So I have to wait until the next available spot opens up. Which is kind of hard and kind of fucked up too. But I know there's a lot of other trans guys out there that are in the waiting game like me. But so I got an interview for this Thursday, which is tomorrow. And I'm hoping and praying that this will work out for me so that I don't have to worry about trying to go get a job out of town, because that Costs a lot more money, a lot more wear and tear on my car. Um, it's a lot. I mean, when you live in a small town, which for me, I like living in a small town because we don't have as much bullshit go on when you're in a small town. Granted, we do have, our fair share of stuff, but we don't have a lot of bullshit that goes on. So that's what I like about small town living. And I also like to live out, in the country. Right now I live in the city limits, but my plan is by next year for us to be moved into our own house that that we can afford, and we'll be out in the country. I'm not a big neighbor person. Um I'm definitely not a big neighbor person. I mean, we have neighbors now, but we've been dealing with stuff with one of our neighbors about his issue with the property line. Now, where we currently live now, we rent. And we have one of those, unfortunate way to say it, we have one of those slum landlords that she'll come pick up the rent with a quickness. But when it comes time to getting something fixed, she is nowhere to be found. We'll put it that way. You have to call 5, 6, 7 times just to get something fixed. And her plan is to always tell me, well, if you want to, you can get it fixed, but you can't take it out of the rent. Huh? This ain't my property. I don't own this. So I'm not finna pay for something to get fixed when I don't own it. That is her responsibility. So, off that topic, I have recently looked into top surgery. I got a consultation Friday with Dr. I think his name is Salfa, in Florida, for top surgery. Because, I mean, my insurance that I have through the company that I work for, they have, I have paid off my deductible, so all my surgeries are free until the end of the year. So, I think I did tell you guys, I recently had surgery April 10th. Yeah, April 10th. Because I tore my meniscus in my left knee. I tore the inside and outside meniscus, and they also had to do an arthritis scrape. So, if all of my subscribers know that I've been having trouble with my knees for the past 3 years. But that's also kind of to do with the fact that unfortunately now I have diabetes and high blood pressure. But I mean, that can contribute to the fact that I'm always fucking stressed out. And I'm always stressed out because inflation is very, very, very real. Companies expect you to pay, your bills or whatever. They expect you to pay 2-3 times the amount. I'm already, where we live in right now, I'm already paying almost $1,500 in bills. It might be $700 now, because it might be $1,700 now, because when we first moved in, I was paying $1,300 in bills. So now I'm probably paying over $1,700 in bills now. So I'm having to split between here and there on what I'm going to pay and how I'm going to pay it and how much I'm going to put on this and how much I'm going to put on that. it's a lot of bullshit when it comes to inflation. Like, everything is inflated. Like, you can't go to the grocery store now and get two things without paying almost $50. Are you serious? The cheapest thing that you could probably get right now is canned food. And pretty soon when people start buying that out, it's gonna go up. Um but so I have my sorry, I went off on a rant there, I'm sorry. Um so I have my top surgery consultation with Dr. Salfa from Florida. I've already done like my intake information where, they do you gotta do pictures of your chest and you gotta do pictures of your chest, from front, side views and all of that. And I've been looking for years, as you guys know, I've always wanted my surgeries done, my top surgery especially, done by either Dr. Scott Mosser in San Francisco, California, or Dr. Hope Sherry in Charlotte, North Carolina. But Dr. Mosser accepts insurance. But my problem is saving up enough money right now to get a place for us to stay while we're in California. Because with me paying $1,700 in bills, that makes it hard to put anything back. And with Dr. Sherry, she doesn't deal with the stuff with insurance, so you'd have to pay like full price out of pocket. And I called and was going to get another consultation with her, but her consultations are still $100, but she's went up a lot. So just for top surgery with her is like $17,000. Now, granted, doing like a payment plan, it would probably take me about 2 years to build up to that amount of money, with me making a payment out of every paycheck. So I was like, well, let me look into a different doctor. What you want, lad? Excuse me, Latin. Making a video, baby. I love you, though. You okay? You good? You need to go drink you some water? Granted, her consultation video, like, her payment is like, full price would be $17,000. And nobody has that type of money saved up. Aladdin. Excuse me, buddy. Nobody has that type of money just laying around. So, I was like, okay, let me look into a different top surgery doctor. One that's decent. And I've looked at several top surgery doctors. Several of them. I've looked at ones in Atlanta. I've looked at ones in Pennsylvania. I've looked at ones in Chicago. I've looked at ones in New York. I've looked at ones in Florida. But I was like, okay, I'm not going to get to have surgery with the two that I want to have surgery with, or that are the two that are in my range right now. Because a lot of them, unfortunately have a waiting list unless, like, you got cash on hand. And Dr. Salfa, I looked up his work. He does pretty decent top surgery work, even on people, with my skin complexion. Because all the doctors that I've looked at, top surgery doctors, bottom surgery doctors, I make sure that they've done surgery on people of my color. so that way I have a clear idea or a clear picture of what it'll look like. So I've seen his work. His work, he does do good work. The one thing that I was concerned about is I know like that you have to pay him. This might have it's in past years, but from all the YouTube videos I watched, they say that he charges 3,500 for any type of liposuction. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit of liposuction or a lot of liposuction. He still charges 3,500. Now I don't know, that price may have changed this year because this is my first time seeing it. When the video that I looked at was like a year ago, so um maybe that price has most likely changed. I will find out Friday at my consult. I have a Zoom consult with him. So I'll have to get off of work early because we're supposed to work from our regular hours is from 6:30 in the morning to 2:30 in the afternoon. But now they have us working from 6 to either 5 or 6 to 6. So, which I feel like is bullshit because I'm not getting paid for when I work that many hours. You're splitting it up in between two paychecks. But so I got that consult with him. I'm hoping that the liposuction is not more than like four or 5 grand. Because my deductible pays like the full surgery out of pocket. Like I don't have to pay anything because when I had my meniscus surgery, my insurance paid for everything. So I didn't have to pay for nothing, which I'm very, very, very thankful for that. Because when I had my ACL surgery, it was an $87,000, no, $86,000 surgery. Now, I don't know how much it costs to do a meniscus removal or meniscus repair or whatever, but I'm guessing it's probably in the ballpark of 60 or $70,000, maybe 80. I don't know. I hadn't looked it up because, like I said, they didn't send me a bill or anything. But I am praying that if I get this new job, I will be able to keep my head above water long enough for me to, fix everything that's going on. Like I've had to skip, you know, some, I hate to say that, I had to skip some weeks of shots because I did not have money to pay for my membership to get my medicine sent to me. Like, it's been crazy. Crazy. And I mean, as most of I work my ass off. I work every single day. I mean, I will work from sun up to sundown if I have to. And when you're working from sun up to sundown but only getting paid peanuts, that's bullshit. And I know a lot of you can relate to me on this. But you guys, that's pretty much all I have for you today. Aladdin's kind of wore out right now, as you can see. He's asleep. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick life update. Hopefully, fingers crossed that I get this job at this other plant, which will be working around fiberglass. But I mean, it's a better pay. Unfortunately, I'll be working the swing shift, but it's a better pay, and I only work 4 days a week. So, um, but you guys, you let me know, like, if y'all have any questions or anything, and I'll definitely let y'all know how my consult goes with Dr. Safa from Florida. I definitely will update y'all on that. I am sorry about not um staying active like I was supposed to. But like I said, this day and age, life has been definitely lifing. But thank you guys for watching my video. Greatly appreciate it. And that's all I got for you guys. Peace.